Hero Wars Commanders, Zeus here, and there's a hero most players underestimated for years who has quietly become a nightmare at the top of Dominion. Jorgen isn't winning through damage, he's controlling the one resource your strongest heroes can't fight without. But why is he suddenly so dangerous now? Watch this carefully. Here's a hero most players walked straight past for years. No flashy stun. No screen-wide nuke. No highlight reel burst. Just a quiet man who drains energy. And right now, at the top of Dominion, he might be one of the most frustrating heroes in the game to fight. This is Jorgen. I'm going to break down exactly how he works, all 4 skills, no shortcuts, and then answer the question that actually matters: with everything he's doing right now, is he really worth building? Or is he only dangerous when the rest of your team sets him up? Stick around, because that's where the real answer is. How Jorgen works. Let's go skill by skill. Tainted Wounds, the passive. This is the engine behind Jorgen's entire kit. With every single attack, Jorgen steals 110 energy from the enemy he hits. Not once. Not occasionally. Every hit, throughout the fight. Think about what that means against a hero who needs a full energy bar to fire their ultimate. Jorgen is constantly draining the tank while they're trying to fill it. They're building toward their big moment, and Jorgen is quietly pushing that moment further and further away. And if you're enjoying these deeper Hero Wars breakdowns, make sure you subscribe, because there's a lot more meta-analysis coming. Torment of Powerlessness, the ultimate. Jorgen summons a skull onto the enemy's front line, dealing magic damage to the heroes around it. But the damage isn't the scary part. Every enemy it hits is completely unable to gain energy for 9 full seconds. That's the difference between slowing someone down and completely shutting them off. His passive constantly bleeds their energy away, his ultimate slams the door shut. For 9 seconds, there's no rebuilding that energy bar at all, and Jorgen can drop that denial right when the enemy is preparing to turn the fight around. His artifact, Shaverak's Blood, also gives him additional magic attack every time he uses his ultimate, meaning repeated ultimates make those skull hits increasingly threatening as the fight continues. Cycle of Energies, the periodic skill, and honestly, this is the half of Jorgen's kit highlight videos tend to overlook. He places a magic shield on one ally that absorbs damage equal to 70% of his magic attack. And importantly, that shield works against both physical and magic damage. But the shield isn't the real prize. While it's active, that ally gains energy at double the normal rate. Read that again. Jorgen isn't only denying the enemy's energy, he's accelerating his own team's energy at the same time. When that shield lands on a carry who depends on reaching their ultimate quickly, Jorgen can fast forward them toward that critical ability while simultaneously starving the enemy of theirs. One hero is controlling the flow of energy on both sides of the battlefield. Leper, the final periodic skill. Jorgen curses the entire enemy team and turns their furthest hero, usually someone sitting safely in the backline, into a lightning rod. For 10 seconds, physical damage dealt to the enemy team gets redirected onto that cursed target. And if you're running a physical team, that's enormous. Instead of your damage being spread across the front line, part of that pressure gets funneled directly into the enemy backline. It's probably the quietest ability in his kit, but with the right lineup, it can turn a protected backliner into the team's biggest liability. So put everything together. A passive that drains enemy energy with every hit. An ultimate that completely locks energy for 9 seconds. A shield that doubles an ally's energy generation. And a curse that redirects physical damage onto the enemy backline. Jorgen isn't a burst hero. He's a tempo hero. He controls who gets to reach their abilities, who gets to use them, and who is forced to sit there waiting. How he plays with the rest of the meta now, here's why he's suddenly showing up everywhere at the highest level, because on his own, these abilities wouldn't be nearly as oppressive as they are right now. For years, Sebastian was the wall standing in Jorgen's way. His ultimate stripped the debuffs off his team and shielded them from a stack of new ones, making energy control heroes like Jorgen far less reliable. Then Fluffy arrived and started cancelling Sebastian's ultimate outright. The moment that protection disappears, Jorgen gets something incredibly valuable, a clear path to start controlling the fight from the opening seconds. And this is where his team really clicks. Chorus covers what Jorgen can't, he gives your whole team a strong chance to block enemy control like silence, stun, and mind control. So while Jorgen chokes off their energy, Chorus shuts down their control. The enemy loses both at once. The nastiest version of this gets even worse when you pair him with Polaris, and the keyword is freezing. When Polaris freezes an enemy, the target can't accumulate energy either. So now you've got two heroes attacking the same resource from completely different angles. And there's another layer. Frozen targets take 140% more magic damage, meaning Jorgen's skull doesn't just stop their energy, it can hit significantly harder while they're frozen. Energy denial stacked on energy denial, with a massive magic damage amplifier sitting on top. And remember Jorgen's own shield. He's not simply destroying the enemy's tempo, he's accelerating your team's. The energy-hungry carries who desperately need to reach their ultimates quickly are exactly the heroes Jorgen can supercharge on your side, while starving those same win conditions on the other side. Should you build Jorgen? Alright, here's the honest verdict. Yes, but with a condition. Right now, in this meta, Jorgen is one of the strongest control picks in the game, and there's a very specific reason why. Energy control doesn't have a clean counter while Fluffy is busy neutralizing Sebastian. If you're already running that shell, Fluffy in the mix, energy-hungry carries, and potentially Polaris alongside him, then investing in Jorgen is a genuinely high-value move. He does something no other hero does in quite the same way, and right now, there's no reliable answer that simply turns that ability off. But here's the part that's easy to miss. Jorgen is an enabler, not a standalone carry. His power isn't just a huge number sitting on his hero card. It's contextual. His value comes from what the rest of your team allows him to do. Drop him into a random lineup with no Fluffy, no energy-dependent targets, and no setup that benefits from his control, and he's still a useful support, but he's not the meta-warping monster you see at the top of the ladder. That's an important distinction. Being part of one of the strongest teams in the game and being worth your resources right now are two different questions. You need to be honest about which one you're actually answering. So here's the real read: if you're already running energy control, or you're building toward that fluffy anti-Sebastian setup, Jorgen is a yes. And the good news is he's accessible. His soul stones come from soul chests and the soul atrium, so you can steadily farm him whenever you're ready to commit. But if you're not running that structure yet, Jorgen is a later piece, not a now piece. Build the setup that makes him terrifying first, then drop him into it. Because that's the truth about Jorgen. He isn't a damage dealer, and he won't carry a bad team. He's an energy controller who decides when your opponent is even allowed to fight back, and paired with the right setup, especially Fluffy and Polaris, that's what makes him a serious meta threat. So do you use Jorgen in your lineup? Let me know in the comments. And if this helped, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Build smart, control the battlefield, dominate.